The Shepherd and the Treasure Island. Once upon a time, a shepherd lived in a small coastal village. Every day, he tended his sheep while gazing out at the tranquil sea. One day, a passing merchant stopped by and said to him,
"Shepherd, have you heard the rumor about the treasure island out there? They say pirates long ago hid an incredible fortune on that island. If someone were to find it, they'd be wealthy for the rest of their life."
The shepherd's eyes sparkled with excitement.
A treasure island? Why have I been wasting my life herding sheep when such a chance at riches is waiting for me?
That night, he sat pondering his life while looking at his flock of sheep. Finally, he made a decision.
My dear sheep, I'm sorry, but I'll have to sell you all. I must chase this chance to become rich. I hope you can forgive me.
And so, the shepherd sold all his sheep, his entire fortune. With the money, he bought a small boat and gathered supplies.
I'll find the treasure on that island and bring it back.
The villagers clapped for his boldness, though many secretly doubted him.
The shepherd is heading out to sea? Really?
The shepherd began his first journey across the calm sea. As he sailed, he marveled at the endless blue surrounding him.
This is the start of my golden age.
Lying on the deck, he began to dream of the wealth that awaited him. He imagined himself wearing a golden crown, giving speeches to the villagers, basking in their admiration.
Shepherd? No, from now on, call me the Treasure King.
A few days after he had set sail, strange rumors began to spread in the village.
I heard the shepherd has already reached the treasure island.
Did you know? They say the entire island is covered in gold. The shepherd is digging with a golden shovel right now.
That's not all. They say he met a mermaid and they fell in love.
The rumors grew wilder with each passing day. The villagers became convinced that the shepherd would return as a wealthy man. Meanwhile, out in the middle of the vast sea, the shepherd was in a completely different situation. The once clear sky with no warning turned dark, and a fierce storm began to rage. Huge waves rocked the boat violently as the shepherd desperately clung to the mast.
Oh, sea! Don't do this to me! Aren't we friends? Why are you suddenly treating me this way?
Gripping the sails with all his strength, he shouted into the storm.
Villagers! If I don't make it back, build me a statue! Or at least a gravestone! Ah!
The shepherd lost consciousness in the storm but eventually woke up on a peaceful beach. Golden sand and glimmering jewels lay scattered before him. He raised his hands and shouted with joy.
It's real! The treasure island! Becoming rich is just a matter of time now.
Exploring the island, he found a treasure chest buried beneath an old tree. Opening it, he discovered gold, jewels, and precious artifacts. His eyes shone with excitement.
If I bring all of this back to the village, I'll live like royalty.
The shepherd loaded his small boat with as much treasure as it could hold. Golden coins, sparkling jewels, and priceless ornaments filled the boat to the brim. But as the treasure piled up, the boat began to wobble uneasily on the water. The storm had already weakened its mast and hull.
It'll be fine. Just a little further. I can't leave behind any of this treasure.
But as soon as he sailed out, the boat began to tilt. Seawater started rushing in. The shepherd frantically tried to scoop the water out, but it was no use.
No! Why is this happening? I worked so hard to find this treasure. I can't lose it now.
As the boat continued to sink, the shepherd had no choice but to toss the treasure overboard piece by piece.
I'm sorry, Gold. Diamonds, forgive me. But my life comes first.
In the end, the shepherd returned to the village with an empty boat and nothing but his life. Standing on the shore, the shepherd looked down at his empty boat and sighed deeply.
I found the riches I longed for, but I had to give them all up to save my life.
Lost in thought, he stared at the endless sea.
In the end, the most precious thing I have is my life. No treasure is worth anything if I'm not here to enjoy it.
Having realized through this experience that life is far more precious than any treasure, the shepherd slowly made his way back to the village.